Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Skylands for episode 10 of Discuss The Skylands, the show where I discuss certain topics of Skylanders, and you guys in the comments below let me know your opinion on said topic. What was with that weird intro? I don't know. I'm being like an NPC in a video game. Whenever they talk, they decide to move most of the time. Or depending if you're playing Skyrim, they just stand here and go like this. And stuff happens around them and they do not move. Just saying. But NPCs in video games are a new, reoccurring thing. Everybody loves NPCs depending on what game you're playing. And it's really cool that you actually do build a personal connection with them. Skylanders is no different. There's a load of NPCs in the game. Now, if you don't know what an NPC is, it stands for non-playable character. It means a character that helps you out on the quest. So in the first game, Flynn, Hugo, Callie, even Eon are considered NPCs. But it wasn't until a third game where My Favorite NPC joined the game. And that would be Tessa and Whiskers. Yeah, Whiskers was included with this. Let's include Whiskers with it. Yeah, we'll make it a little better. So, when I first played Swap Force, of course I picked it up and really enjoyed the game to begin with, but as soon as Tessa Jowett came up, she was just this very hyper, just generally glad to be alive character. And I think a game needs something like that, because she was likable enough that she was just, you know, a little bit clueless, but still really adorable on the fact that everything she did was still kind of like happy, and she just wanted to, you know, save the world and stop people from being bad and stuff. And of course her relationship with Flynn, everybody ships that, just saying. But the first time I seen Tessa, she was just overexcited, and I'm like, you know what, she's going to be an NPC that I'm going to like, not just because she's an airy, bubbly kind of girl, but she's not annoying about it. Like, there are Skylanders NPCs out there that I find super annoying who are super bubbly. Diggs! Sorry, I sneezed there. That was a weird sneeze. Regardless though, there's some Skylanders who either are super bubbly NPCs and they get really annoying, but Tessa's not one of those. I find that Tessa's actually one of the most enjoyable ones. Actually, anytime I have to do a mission with her or talk to her or anything, and especially in Skylanders when she came back during Track Team and Superchargers, and even Imagineers at one point, she's kind of there for a little bit at one point. I was just stoked to see her. I was like, oh, it's Tessa! Heck yeah! And for those who did not know, if you look back in older videos, I think the first and only episode I had on my solo Skylander hunting, I had a gerbil named Tessa. One of my pets I had, actually, I did name Tessa after the NPC of Skylanders, Tessa. So it's one of the things, that's how much she's impacted my life. Impacted is not a word, impact my life, because of the fact that she, you know, was a character that I fully enjoyed. I even took her legacy outside of the Skylander world and had a pet about her. And hilariously, Tessa was really sweet. My gerbil I had was a huge sweetheart. She loved attention. She was all white. She had these big, beautiful red eyes. She was very photogenic. She loved attention. She never used to nibble. So it was great, just like the real Tessa. And along with that, Whiskers is a very enjoyable character. I love the fact that Flynn freaks out at the fact that he's riding on the back of him, yet Flynn takes pilot lessons all the time, and he's the greatest pilot of all Skylands, boom! But he can't fly on the back of a bird. And when Whiskers gets evilized in Swap Force, I actually got legitimately upset about it, because I didn't want to fight him, but I had to. Had to knock all the evil light off him, just like you do with Chaos, remember from last week? But Tessa was such a likable character, and it was one of those, when she came back in a later game, I was actually happy to see her. Like, if you look at characters like, say, Megs, for example, is one thing I see a lot of people having mixed reactions on. Like, when Megs was in Trap Team, people were like, you know what, she's alright, but then when she came back to Supercharged, people were kind of upset about it. I was like, why? She's likable. She's a good character. So I'm not sure why they would do that, but I feel like Tessa's that opposite. I feel like there's no one out there who actually dislikes Tessa. If you do, let me know in the comments below so we can dislike your comment. You hurt me. But regardless, though, she's one of those characters that if she were to appear now in a later game, for some reason they introduce Skylanders 7 and she's in it, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with having her in the game. Heck, make the whole game around her. Skylanders Tessa's Adventure. Just remaster Spyro's Adventure, just have Tessa. You could probably do that. I think Spyro's Adventure is on PC. Someone mod that? Tessa's Adventure. And add all the NPCs, everything is Tessa. Literally everything is her. Regardless, that is my favorite NPC. I love Tessa so much. It's really great about that. I love the fact that you can just see her in the game and you don't get upset. Like when I see Diggs, I just get mad because I'm like, I gotta deal with Diggs now and get past him. And that's exact opposite of what I'm like with Tessa. I will not skip her cutscenes. I will watch and listen to everything she says. I'm like, Tessa, yes. Yes, queen. Yes. I simp for Tessa. That's right, I said it. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this episode of Discuss the Skylands. We're getting very close to the series finale here, but we do have one more episode before that series finale. I think we're going to talk about variants. How about that? We're going to talk about my favorite variant. There was no segue. I just wanted to straight up say we're going to talk about variants next episode. The variant I like isn't in the same game, so I can't segue from Swap Force. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of Discuss the Skylands. If you guys enjoy, let me know, whether you like and comment below. And in the comments, let me know your favorite NPC, or if you're that one person who don't like Tessa, let me know why. And don't just say, I don't like Tessa, I just don't know why. That doesn't count. It's like when someone said, I'm not a fan of Rollerball, I don't know why. I want to know why people don't like things. I'm curious. You can't just say it's dumb and I hate it. I mean, I do about a lot of things, but regardless, let me know in the comments below your favorite NPC, and come back next week for where we talk about our favorite variants. Now, heads up, we're not going to talk about Dark, so you might not know who my favorite is. But as always, I bid you farewell.